Hey everybody, in today's short video, I want to simply ask you a question that I've been wrestling over as it relates to our most senior leaders. So that'd be our elders, board members, senior staff, ministry team leaders, etc. This is the question. Do I care about their soul as much as their role? Do I care about their soul as much as their role? The obvious answer we would hope is that it is yes. Or we would assume that we should care more about their soul than their role. But the gravitational pull of leadership is constantly towards tangible metrics and towards programs and performance and making progress. And I'm not suggesting that we downplay any of that. All I am encouraging us to do is to remember that our first responsibility as it relates to discipleship, because that's the business that we're in, right? We're leading people towards discipleship, towards formation. I believe that our first priority when it comes to discipleship, besides our family, should be our most senior leaders. If they are the ones that are carrying the most responsibility and that are passing on to others and that are reproducing themselves, I think it is really important that we don't just think about their role, but that we think about their soul. You might be familiar with the story of Bob Pierce, the founder of World Vision and Samaritan's Purse later on, two of the most significant Christian international ministries and charities of the last probably 70, 80 years. Bob Pierce was an incredible leader who made a huge difference in millions of lives. But he neglected his family to the point that sometimes he'd go for years without speaking to his wife. His daughter eventually ended up taking her own life because of the sense of neglect from her father. Another daughter wrote a book shortly after his passing, addressing the tension between the miracles that took place overseas and yet the dark side of what happened back at home. In the last several years of his life, he didn't speak to a single member of his immediate family. Now we can celebrate what took place in and through World Vision and Samaritan's Purse, but come on, man, it should never be at the expense of our soul, where we care about every part of our lives. And so I just think it's important that we are intentional, that we prioritize our schedules around meeting regularly with the most senior leaders, and if they're married, with their spouses. Don't assume that you have a good relationship with a spouse just because you have a good relationship with the leader. And let's ask questions that might cause them to think a little bit and would give us a bit of insight. So if it's you and your spouse meeting with the couple, to ask things like, what are you most grateful for in your marriage right now? And allow them to think and to process. If you ask that question regularly enough, you're going to pick up on whether or not there are signs of life and health. Conversely, hey, what's one thing in your marriage or your family right now that we can pray for over the next month or two? And again, I think as we ask these questions regularly, we will be able to keep a finger on the pulse. I think another great question is, what is one practice in your life right now that is helping bring the most vitality? What's actually helping produce love and joy and peace in your life? Or what is one area that you feel God is inviting you to give attention to at the moment? Surely these are the most important questions that we should be asking the most important people in our churches, in our ministries, if these are the people that are most influential. Jesus famously asked the question, what good is it to gain the whole world but lose your soul? Let's make sure that we care about their souls at least as much as we care about their roles.